Hey guys, it's your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel. I am a little bit under the weather today, but I wanted to be able to just do a quick video. I was thinking about something and I thought I would just share with you guys. So, the title of this video is Witches Are Real. So I want to tell you guys about my first encounter that I know of with a witch. So I was probably in my early 20s, and I want to say that it was either online or in a newspaper. I seen that someone was hiring for a part-time nanny not far from my home. And so I decided to go and apply for the position. The lady, she was a police officer. She was a single mom. And she just seemed really nice and sweet. And she was saying how, she had all these nannies over the past couple of years and no one would really stick around. And these people would just disappear. And I didn't think anything of it because, like I said, she just seemed like a really nice lady and she lived in a nice neighborhood. And her son, he was quiet, but he just, he seemed like a sweet boy. And so she needed someone to start right away. So I decided to go on and take the position because it was really so easy. It was just taking her son to school every day. And, I just had to make sure that he got breakfast. He knew how to dress himself, do the morning routine, all this and that. And so she had to be at work really early in the morning. I want to say like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I would just, get there probably about 4 in the morning. And I would just basically just sit in her living room until, her son woke up about maybe 7 o'clock in the morning, where he would then get ready for school, have breakfast, and I would take him to school every morning. And like I said, he was a sweet little boy, and he went to school in a really nice neighborhood, which was a little bit of a distance from where she lived, but the drive, it wasn't bad. And so I want to say maybe about my second or third day being in her home, I just noticed like the woman's house, number one, it wasn't all that tidy, and I didn't think much of it. It was kind of unkept, but I just said, she's a mom, she's a police officer, she's working long hours. That's not unheard of when it comes to career moms that's really busy. And so shortly after I noticed that her house was kind of really unkept, I noticed the smell. And then every day that I was there, and I wasn't there probably more than, I want to say, I don't know, I want to say maybe a week or two at the most. But by the third day, my skin just started crawling and itching every day, every single day from the time that I got there to the time that I left. It was literally like 1,000 bugs were just crawling all over my skin. And I said, I don't know if this is because her house is somewhat dirty or unkept. I don't know what it is. So this goes on a couple more days, and I'm trying to just figure out what is going on. So one morning while her son was getting ready for school, I just got up off the couch because usually, like I said, I sit on the couch, I would read or whatever the case may be, look at my phone, whatever. And so, when you're like visiting at someone's house and you're waiting on them and you just kind of start walking around, if they have pictures on the wall, you just, go over to the wall and start looking at the pictures. And so somehow I missed this wall when I had first, visited her home. But she had a wall from almost the ceiling to the bottom to the floor, and it was just a wall just covered with pictures. It was just pictures of different people. And so I get to the bottom of the wall near the floor, and there's like this 11 by 17 picture of her dressed as a witch. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe this is, I don't know, a Halloween costume. I'm forever trying to give people the benefit of the doubt before I just start thinking of worse. Maybe this is her, dressed in a Halloween costume and she won a contest or something. So I kind of put it in the back of my mind. I walk over to the other side of the room. And at the time, I didn't know it was an altar, but it was these little dolls, with pins and different things in them. And so I don't know if this woman put this stuff up when I initially visited her home, and maybe she had this stuff put up the first few days that I was there, because when I tell you I did not see any of these things, I didn't see any of these things. And so now these things are kind of just sticking out like a sore thumb. And so this was all in one day that I'm seeing this. And so by this time, her son, he comes out of his room and he goes into the kitchen. I make him breakfast, and she has her door open, her bedroom door. And so number three, so that was two things, the picture, the altar with the little dolls with pins in them. She has her door open. They had a black cat. And I just have a thing about cats. I do not like cats. I had a bad experience with a cat when I was a young girl. We had a cat and I got struck in the face. So ever since then, I've never liked cats. I'm more of a dog person. But she has her bedroom door open, and I don't know how I was able to see this because I did not even go in her bedroom. And maybe this was God. I didn't go in her bedroom. I didn't even go to the door. But somehow this book stuck out that was laying on her bed, and it was titled something about doing black magic when your family is sleeping or something like that. And I'm like, I'm just like, I don't even know how to explain what I was feeling like. All of this just kind of hit me at once. And like I said, I was young and just trying to take all of this in as a young person. And so my brother, he's a godly man. We're like best friends. And I always go to him for advice. Anytime something is going on with me, he's usually the first person that I call about everything. And so I call him and I tell him the situation. And so he decides to get his, at the time, girlfriend on the phone. We were on three-way, and I was just telling him everything that I had seen and how my skin won't stop crawling. And the girlfriend was saying, that is your spirit, like telling you, like, you do not need to be in that environment because of everything that's going on. And so at this point, I'm like, if I quit, the woman might try to come to my house and all this and that. It was just really like freaky. But long story short, I ended up quitting that night. When I went home and talked to my brother, I just told her, and I just kind of made up something and said, I can't go back. I decided to venture off into a business that I had been trying to start, which I did tell her in the beginning. But I know she knew what I was really thinking, because like she said in the beginning, she had lost so many nannies, and people just, they just wouldn't show back up. And when I go back and think in my mind, I'm like, did she do something to these women? Like, did she do something to these girls? Is she trying to convert me to be a witch? Just all types of crazy stuff just started going through my mind. And so, like I said, long story short, I ended up quitting, telling her that, I decided to take a chance and dive into a business opportunity that I was looking to do. But like I said, I know she knows what it was because she had been through this so many times. But that was just like a really freaky situation. I didn't even know that real witches existed. And so now, I've had, a couple of small experiences where I've had some really just different encounters with people. She did mention that she was a pagan. At the time, I didn't even know what a pagan was, but pagans, they are supposedly like witches. They practice witchcraft. And like I said, I didn't know what any of that stuff was because I was young. So I just say all of this just to say, when you guys encounter people, be really careful about whose homes you're going into. Be very careful about who you let into your home. I'm somebody, I do not let anybody in my home unless we have like a good relationship. People will tell you I don't allow people to come and visit me like that. Even family, if they pop up, you're not getting in because you didn't call. But yeah, I don't allow people to visit me like that. I'm just somebody, I like my space. I just, I'm in my own little groove, my own little world. And so I don't let people in my house like that because you just never know. But that takes me even further after thinking about some other experiences with people that I've known that I did not know that they were practicing witchcraft until recently. You have to even be careful with the the gifts that you accept from people. Even eating people food. Like, so I'm really kind of like looking at all of this now, and like there's certain friends that I'm no longer friends with, certain family members. I'm not around them anymore. I really need to do a cleansing through my home where people have given me gifts. And now that I know that they've dabbled in certain things, I got to go and get rid of those things because I just don't want them in my home. But so, yeah, there's a lot out here that we're just not aware of. But I think you guys just, take all of that into consideration when you're meeting people, going into their home, eating their food, accepting gifts. This is just a really strange world. There's so much stuff going on, but yeah, that's my story, guys. So I just wanted to be able to share that. I don't even really know what made me think about that. I think I was watching a video on YouTube and somebody started talking about witches, and it just made me think of this story. So I thought I would share it with you guys. All right. Well, this is your girl, Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel. Hopefully someone got something from this video, and I will speak with you guys next time.